So moving on to the next session, let's do a deep dive into solving problems with GCP data analytics. And you know what the best part is? It is coming from no other than Google data analytics specialist, Mr. Murari, who possesses extensive expertise in leveraging Google Cloud Platform analytics services. Mr. Murari has conducted over 150 plus webinars and tech talks across multiple forums. He also has authored a book on data analytics with Google Cloud Platform, which is available on Amazon. He is also a part of Mentor for Change program run by Niti Ayog, Govt of India. Let's show our appreciation and welcome our special guest, Mr. Murari.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope I am audible. Loud and clear? Cool. Thank you. Cool. So, quickly about me, my name is Murari. I work at Google as part of data analytics portfolio. I think there is buzzword going on in the market, which is generative AI. Though my topic is solving problem with data analytics, right? With generative AI also, we are trying to solve very complex and unique problem, and that is what I am going to talk over here, right? Feel free to ask any questions. Happy to answer if you have any questions, right? And maybe I will be available till lunch. In case if you have any detailed conversation, if you need with respect to generative AI or anything around the GCP data platform, I'm happy to do that. So quickly getting started with. So what we have seen, right, what are the big shifts we have seen so far in the industry? The first shift was, I would say, internet. So long back when internet came into the market, it was one of the biggest shift which we have seen, right? The second was mobile. People have not thought that, okay, they will be having something on the hand and then talking like while roaming and all those, right? So that is the second shift. And the third biggest shift, definitely we can say, is AI, right? The way it is growing, the way things are evolving, the way the technology is maturing, definitely we can call that the third biggest shift going to become is AI. Cool. So these are a couple of use cases which we see across the industry when we talk about generative AI, primarily around the complex, what will say, around the user sentiments, around the Q&A, around the creative assistance, around the documentation generation. So there are multiple different use cases which we see can be enabled using generative AI. So people are still confused with two words, BARD and generative AI. So let me quickly take 30 seconds to explain. BARD is our consumer face offering, which is nothing but like google.com, right? So something which is available for everyone. But when we talk about generative AI, I hope everybody has heard that some engineer at Samsung, what they did, right? When they were using ChatGPT, they have uploaded their proprietary document, and that is where that document got used in order to train the ChatGPT model, right? So that is where we wanted to make a strong wall between the consumer facing and then the enterprise offering, and that is where the generative AI is. Generative AI is primarily the offering which is primarily used for the enterprise customer. So this is our complete portfolio around generative AI, okay? So I hope everybody is familiar with Vertex AI. How many have heard about Vertex AI so far? Oh my God, very less, I would say 10%. Okay, how many have heard about BigQuery? Okay, good enough. Okay, how many have heard about maybe AI ML platform of GCP? And what is that? And that is nothing but Vertex AI. So we have a single platform on GCP which is called as Vertex AI, which allows you to do end-to-end machine learning, let it be training, testing, deployment, and multiple other stuff. So if you will see this particular slide, right, what we have done is we have used Google Cloud Infrastructure, which is nothing but a base, and on top of that there are multiple APIs, generative AI, which are built, and then there is a model garden, and on top of that we have come up with something called as a generative AI app builder. So as part of GCP, if you are if you are a developer and you don't have the programming skill, you can go ahead and create your enterprise search and conversational AI using the app builder, which I'm going to demo it also. And on top of that, there are multiple different APIs which are readily available, which can be enabled via the generative AI. So these are the foundational model which is offered by generative AI, right? As part of that, text and chat, which is very common. Everybody must be familiar about prompt, right? Did anybody solved their exam question paper with prompt? What was the accuracy? Anybody tried that? So this is what the text and chat is. The second bucket which we have is code. So you can go ahead and generate a code. I'm not sure whether you have seen the Google I/O event where Sundar Pichai talked about 28 times on just generative AI. In the complete pitch, it was 28 times he called that generative AI in his speech. So we, as I would say, Google, we are investing a lot and we are trying to mature these models at a very, very fast pace. So from code side of it, we have recently launched something called as Codely. Okay, again, it is in private preview. Maybe you must not be having the access, but it allows you to generate the code. If you'll just give 2 words, it will complete the line. If you ask that I want to generate this, it will allow you to generate a code as well. It can write the unit test case for you. It can give you the output of unit test case as well. And that is what I also going to demo it, right? From the image generation, very, very powerful, primarily used to generate different types of images whenever you want to generate any marketing related images, right? Which is a day-to-day work that, okay, if I have to sell my mobile on this particular website, how I need to generate the image, that is very, very easy with image. Dialogue, primarily used for conversational NLP use case, audio, music and video. So there are multiple foundational model as part of Model Garden which are available within the Vertex AI platform, which can be used in order to generate these models. This is what the generative AI studio looks, right? And I think it is in public preview. Everybody has the access, whoever is using the GCP or console.google.com. They would be able to see that and create your own prompt. Okay, and again, as I said, these are based on Palm LLM model, right? So most of the people get confused, do I need to train it? No, you do not have to train it. You might need to tune it based on your use case. So no training is required, and it is ready to use, model which supports multiple things, right? Maybe summarization, classification, ticket classification, generating the email. So multiple different things can be enabled with this. The good part is you can easily take the code. Once consider you have created one prompt, right, for your use case, and it is very easy to take that code of the prompt which you have generated and integrate it with your application. And I'm going to demo one of the use case also around it. The second is text and chat, right? So again, we have a Palm API as a part of Vertex AI Studio, which can allow you to do the text and chat. The third thing is text to image generation, and this is very unique and powerful, right? This is one of the differentiator which we bring definitely, where we generate the image on the fly. You give whatever you want as a prompt and the image would be generated. Then I was talking about Codely. Codely is nothing but text to code. You can give the prompt as a text, right, that I want to generate maybe a code for this thing, and it will allow you to generate the code automatically. Again, this is in private preview. You may not have the access, but this is one of the very important API for everyone. The last API is script, which is primarily speech to text. So I think people always ask when I present this that, okay, you already had dialog flow, or you already had speech to text, text to speech. What is the difference over here? What is the difference? So these are based on LLM. Those were the pre-trained models, and again you need some training part of it, but these are just LLM models which allow you to generate speech to text and text to speech, and it supports multiple different language as well. Okay, this is very unique slide, and because everybody asks that, okay, how you are different than other, and this is what we say always, that we always believe on securing your data. Okay, so it's not that the data would be used for training the LLM model, but it will give you a very, very strong power, strong governance on your data. The second is cost, right? So right now, most of our product is in public preview or private preview. So it is free of cost. You do not have to worry about any of the charges. When we will going to available for GA, that's where maybe you will be charged. But right now, everything is free of cost. The another thing is, since we have integrated it with Vertex AI, your integration with other sources are quite seamless. So you have the data which is in BigQuery, or you have the data which is in GCS bucket. You can go ahead, use that as a source and ask the question on that data. So it is very, very much integrated with any GCP ecosystem or GCP platform. Okay, and then it is very, very easy to start. So maybe I will show you also that how it works, but it is very, very easy to start. So with that, maybe I don't have anything much, right? So I will quickly go ahead and maybe start with my demo. So I'm not sure whether you have seen this or not. This was presented by Sundar Pichai in IO, right? And this consists of a bot which is based on LLM, which can generate the travel itinerary for you. If you have any plan to travel anywhere, give me a prompt, I would be happy to put it over here. I'm laughing looking at Pritham because something has happened with him, but yeah. So if I can go ahead and type a prompt which says, can you plan me a wildlife safari in Africa? Or maybe anything, right? Let me put travel plan for Venice for 5 days. Okay, it will take few seconds and then it will give you, and this is the power of Google we are bringing. So it is not just LLM, but we have integrated Google Places API, Google Maps API, and multiple other APIs to give you the real power of Google. And that is where Google stands like a different, right? So day one, you can go and fly to the Venice airport, take a taxi, right? And then maybe, so this is how your day one looks like. So this is the day one looks like, right? The second day is this, right? Where you can go. And it shows all the places also, and along with the maps. Day 3 looks like this. And day 4 looks like this, right? Let me try something unique, right? Let this prompt complete, and then I will try to ask that, tell me the places to visit in Pune. Okay, so it has like the LLM model, which is text to chat, chat to text, okay, which is again a LLM, Palm LLM 2, which we are using in the backend, connected with. So see, this gives you that the nearest airport, or you can explore Shivaji Maharaj, I think the Saniva what it is talking about, right? Then you can go ahead and, so it will give you one, so it is Agarbatti Bagh, right? Even I am not sure. National War Museum, right? Which is again near to the station, if I am not wrong, right? So it gives you a complete itinerary that where you can visit on each of these days, right? Rajgarh Fort, Lohgarh Fort, and all the nearby places, right? So how the architecture of this looks like, right? And this is what the slide I have put it over here. So it has the user prompt. So you are getting and you are passing a prompt, then you have a prompt generator, and then LLM1, which is the first LLM model which is coming into the picture, trying to do the planning for your itinerary. And then there is a place API, and then the introduction message, right, which is the output which is getting generated from that particular first Palm. There are another Palm also which is generating the place description. So the places, if it is found Pune and airport, this has been fed to the prompt generator too, and based on that prompt is generating the details around it, right? So this is simple one use case, but see how powerful it is, right? You can go ahead and plan maybe any of your trip and use this particular prompt. I will quickly go ahead and try to demo some other thing as well. So this is the image generation prompt. Yeah, right. If you will come to the Google console, this is what I was talking about. We have Vertex AI. Under Vertex AI, we have Generative AI Studio. And under that, you have language, vision, speech and other, right? And we have something called as a model garden as well, which gives you the complete option of open source model, right? So I'm in Vision and I will type some prompt saying that a sunglass on sea beach, and it will take few seconds to generate that image, but it will give you a very good image which is getting generated, right? So maybe this is for your marketing campaign where you can upload any of the images and then you can use it for your marketing context, right? So this is again around the image generation. The code generation which I was talking about, right? So we have a code Bison model for the same, which is used, right? And then what I am feeding the prompt is write a unit test case for this particular function. Okay, and this is the input which I am giving over here in my prompt. And then if I will run this, unfortunately my SSO credential has expired, so it will going to take some time to re-authenticate. But let me go to the other one. So this is around the editing the images. So I have uploaded one image. Yeah, so what I have done is I have uploaded one image and asked the prompt that change the color to blue, right, of the background. This is the original image and this is what it gets as an output, right? So this is like there could be multiple use cases which can be explored with this image generation. Text one is very simple, right, where you can go ahead and try to use the different chat prompt, right, in order to speak and in order to solve few use cases. The quick look onto the app builder. Okay, so what I have done, so if you'll go to the Jan app builder, which is a ready-made offering for the business user, you don't need anything over here. What you can do is you can upload your unstructured, structured and website. So if I go ahead and generate a enterprise search over here, I can feed these three input, which could be website, structured and unstructured data. And unstructured data could be your PDF or could be your HTML, okay, any of the page. And then what you can do is, on top of that, you can have the simple Q&A. So I already have created some search. Let me just try to go there. So what I have done is I have uploaded Google reports, quarterly reports, right? There are 12 Google quarterly reports, which are like open to everyone, has been uploaded over here in this particular enterprise search. And on that document, I can go ahead and ask the question, anyone, any prompt you want to call out? Maybe, okay, if it does not have, maybe I will try to put anything. YouTube revenue for 2021. And this is the power of, I would say, the actual search. You are getting the relevance with a summary. Okay, what this summary says is YouTube ads revenue increased this to this in 3 to 9 months ending this. So it summarizes the result in the document which you have uploaded. Okay, and this is again one of the very, very unique differentiator. The document which you have uploaded is not used externally. It is within your Google Cloud project. So anybody who is saying, oh my God, you are using my data. No, we are not using any of your data. This is residing in your project, in your GCS bucket, and it is not going outside anywhere. Okay, so this is the app builder part, which is like a no-code platform, can be used for can be used for enterprise search, and second, it can be used for conversational AI as well. Okay, so you can use it for the chat, which is like a conversational thing. So these are the few products which we have launched, right? So I'm not sure, maybe, so this was a Cody which I was trying to show you, right, where you can go ahead and ask the different questions, right, and then you can maybe have a conversation also with the bots saying that, please help me to write a function to calculate the max and mean. So this is also which is in private preview, this is a PAL model primarily to write the code. And this model is called as Code Bison. I'm not sure, have you heard about Bison model? So Bison models are nothing but a PAL model which has been created by Google. How many parameters we use to train that? Anyone? How many parameters has been used to train that Bison model? So it is 10 billion parameters which has been used to train that model. Okay, so it's one of the biggest model, I would say, which has been as a part of what I'll say LLM. Okay, so I think this is what quickly I wanted to cover. Let me see if I have anything else, right? So we've seen image generation, we have seen the actual, what I'll say, the text prompt, how it works, okay? We also have seen the app builder and then the code generation, right? So with that, maybe I'm good. Any questions, I am happy to answer that. Any questions, anyone? I have 48 seconds left with me. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. Happy to connect. But yeah, happy to connect. Yeah, go ahead, please. Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yeah.
So I have one last question about the last engine model what you have shown.
Yeah, app gen. Yeah, app builder. App builder. Yeah.
App builder. So you have uploaded the documents and you are firing a business level query, right? The revenue. So do you have, is Google having a capability to, show a forecast also?
Very good question. And what I can show you also is if I ask that what would be the YouTube revenue between 2021 versus 2023, it has the option and it can give you some forecasting as well based on your past data.
Thank you. So coming from business,
Definitely. It has that capability. Yeah. So maybe, but you need to give some comparison parameter. Yeah, you should have some comparison parameter to be given in that prompt in order to ask that question. Cool. Any last question? I will be able to take one more question if anybody have. Cool. If we don't have any question, thank you everyone. I hope you have liked the session. Feel free to connect with me. I would be happy to talk more on Gen AI or anything onto the data side. Thank you.
Well, it was indeed an educational and very informative session for all of us. So really, thank you, sir.
Once again, thank you, sir, for joining with us today. I request Mr. Shailesh to felicitate Murari, sir.